Hello everyone, my name is Johnson. Welcome to EduCraft World YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to optimize your post content for SEO, blog post SEO. The exact method that I use in optimizing some of my blog posts that I'm going to show you for SEO and making them to rank higher on search engines. Before we proceed with the tutorial, please, if you are new to this channel, do click the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell so that you can always be aware when we upload new tutorial videos. Also, do not forget to like this video and also share, because I know that there's someone out there that's actually in need of the information contained in this video tutorial. So I'm going to be showing you blog post SEO. I'm talking about optimizing your content for SEO in WordPress. I'll be sharing tips that I've actually used in the past and presently for ranking my blog posts. And this is a exact method that I actually use in optimizing my blog posts, such as real estate SEO Nigeria, SEO for schools in Nigeria, SEO for doctors in Nigeria, SEO for travel and tourism in Nigeria, SEO for dentists, and many more. Now, one characteristic of this blog post is that they all rank on Google's first page for their respective keyword phrases ever since I actually wrote them. A word of warning though, this is not actually a post for choosing the best keyword or keyword phrase. No, I'm not going to be showing you how to determine the best keyword phrase for your post. No, how to use fully use Rank Math SEO plugin, because that's not what this post is all about. It's strictly on optimizing your blog content for blog content with SEO in WordPress. Now this means that I'm going to assume that you already have make up your mind on the best keyword for your post. I'm talking about the focus keyword, and you already have written your blog post, and you are also using Rank Math or any other WordPress plugin. Yeah, any other WordPress plugin will actually do the same job. That's if you know your way around it. So for this tutorial, I'm going to be using one of my blog posts, and the focus keyword on it is free WordPress themes for e-commerce. So I'm going to base my tutorial on this particular post, best free WordPress themes for e-commerce websites in 2021. So you may now wonder what are the plugins that you actually need. So you're going to be optimizing your blog post and WordPress. Well, basically, I think you need Rank Math SEO plugin and the Monster Insight Analytics plugin. But basically, we're going to be making use of the headline analyzer that comes with the Monster Insight Analytics plugin. So our focus is actually going to be on keyword phrase and title, focus keyword and meta description, focus keyword and URL, length of post URL, length of post meta description, and focus keyword and synonyms density. How many times focus keywords and synonyms appear in the post content body between 1 and 2 posts of word count, and word count of content must also be between 600 to 3000. Now, focus keyword is one of the subheadings. Focus keyword and image attributes, internal linking, external linking. Focus keyword used at the beginning of post title, all description for all images used in the blog post, and also a relevant video of the content inserted into the post. Though this is not compulsory, but it's also good for making readers stay longer on your site. And you know, when readers stay longer on your site to read your blog post content, it actually sends a good signal to Google, which actually make it seem or show Google that some people actually love your post. That's why they stay long on it. It's actually good for SEO. Now, one thing you must also know is that meeting up with all these criteria, why the overall website user experience is poor, we have a negative effect on your blog post ranking. Now, I'm actually talking about the technical SEO aspect of it. Now, you must meet up with all technical SEO aspect of your website to actually make sure that your blog post is actually ranking well. And not only that, you also must make sure that your website actually conform to the latest Google algorithm. So I will actually advise that you actually fix the following and make sure they conform to the latest Google search algorithm update. Number one is the page speed. Now, your post may not rank well if your website is slow to load, because slow website offer poor user experience. Now, content relevance. Make sure you do not stuff your website with keyword. You should use some relevant keyword and create relevant content around those keywords terms. Also, you can also use the synonyms of some your focus keyword. Site design. Now, the overall design of your website matters a lot. Your website should be user friendly and easy to navigate. Now, link quality. Make sure you are linking to relevant content internally, externally, especially externally. Know that irrelevant links may actually affect your site negatively. Mobile friendliness. Now, Google uses a mobile version of your website for ranking and index. Now, which means mobile friendliness is a ranking factor. Therefore, make sure that your website is mobile friendly and responsive. Now, the HTTPS status. Now, always check the HTTPS status of your website because it's actually show that when you have it, it tells Google and people that actually come to your site that your website is secure because you're going to have the SSL certificate installed on your website. So if your site has no SSL certificate, that will make it show um, that your website is not actually secure. Now, I wrote a post about this, so I'm going to put it in the comment, the description section for you to know how to actually make your website secure. Now, let's learn how to optimize your content for SEO in WordPress. Now, one thing I usually advise is this. First of all, when you create your blog post content, make sure you're actually writing for your readers, not the search engines. Now, what you need to do first is write for your readers and not the search engine. Now, once you are done writing for the readers and you post it on your blog, then the next thing is not to optimize for the search engines. That means you need to do both. So, in essence, what I'm saying is when you optimize, when you write good content for your readers, you also need to optimize it for the search engines. Now, that will make search engines actually be able to crawl your site easily and know what your post content is all about. Now, the next thing now is to optimize your content for search engine because I'm going to assume that you already have written your blog post content, and also I'm going to assume that you have the Rank Math or any other WordPress SEO plugin. But for this tutorial, I'm making use of Rank Math and the Monster Insight Analytics plugin, but basically focusing on the end analyzer plugin. So for Rank Math, I'm going to be aiming for a score between 80 and 100, while on Monster Insight, I'm going to be aiming for a score between 60 and 80. If I score higher than that, it's also a big plus for me because basically I'm using the header analyzer to actually analyze the header of my blog post to actually be user friendly. That when people see it, they want to actually, you know, it creates a more like a call to action. When people see it, is they want to click on it and actually read. Oh, what is this content all about? So basically, that's what I use the headliner headline analyzer for. So while the rank math also score the header along with it and other points. So I'm going to be using the rank math plugin for the overall SEO to analyze the overall SEO score of the post. So again, let me reiterate. My focus keyword for this particular post is free WordPress theme for e-commerce, and using one of the blog posts that I've written before, which is the best free WordPress theme for WordPress for websites in 2021. So now I'm going to delve into my WordPress dashboard to actually show you how to actually optimize your blog post for, in WordPress. So here we have my WordPress dashboard. Um, First of all, let's scroll down and see the um, blog content. Remember that this already posted on my blog. I'm just using it as an example to explain how you should go about optimizing your blog post content. So now let's start with the header. Now this is my blog post. This is the headline for the blog post, which is the best free WordPress theme for e-commerce websites in 2021. Now this the overall score for the headline analyzer, which is 90 over 100, very good score for me. Now this the score for the rank math, which is 97 all over 100. Now the question is, how do I come about the score? Usually, as I said, I aim for a score anything from 80 above is okay for me because it means that it has a good chance of actually ranking well over the first over the next few months. So um, this is my focus keyword here, which is the free WordPress theme for e-commerce. Now, when you take a look at the header, you see that it's also the free WordPress themes for e-commerce. Then when we scroll down again, we'll take a look at where it also, now take a look here. Now this is an H2 header too. You can see that it also appears here, free WordPress themes for e-commerce. You can see it here, free WordPress themes for e-commerce. So when you take a look, let's go back here to the Rank Math dashboard here. That's the focus keyword free WordPress theme for e-commerce. Then I also have synonyms. That's synonyms keyword like WordPress themes for e-commerce, WordPress themes for e-commerce website, WordPress themes, and e-commerce. Now all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all come together as my keyword, but basically the focus keyword is free WordPress theme for e-commerce. So as I said, I'm not going to be showing you how I come about using that keyword. I only want to show you how to optimize my content in a blog post. So now that you've seen that the focus keyword appears in the header, now we also need to check if the focus keyword also appears in the first 100 words of my blog post content. So let's take a look at blog post here. In this post, we'll be examining 9 best free WordPress themes for e-commerce. So you can see that is here, free WordPress theme for e-commerce. So that's the score there. I've already done. Then also the meta description. Now let's take a look at the meta description. So I'm going to click here this snippet. So scroll down. Now this is the description for the site. Now this was going to show when people search for related keywords that is related to this particular blog post. And if Google indexes this post and it shows it, so this is what people are going to see together with the header. So here you can see it. So let's go through it. In this post, we'll be examining that best free WordPress themes. You can see it is still the free WordPress theme for e-commerce. Now you'll notice that what I did is actually to copy um, this part of this part of my first 100 words in the blog post, and that's what I actually use in the meta description here. So over here too, there is a permalink, which is the URL for this blog post. If you also observe that I have the keyword the free WordPress themes for e-commerce, and also I make sure that the length of the URL is not more than 75. So it's actually 70 here. If you observe what, that's 70. Now the title also stays then below 60. So this 57 all over 60. Also the description here is 153. I'm not supposed to exceed 160. So all this actually up there. So here you have 70 over 75. Here is 57 over 60, and here you have 153 over 160. You can actually increase yours to get to 160 if you like, but not exceed it because even if it shows up on the search result page, it's going to be truncated by Google. So there's no need for it exceeding 160. So here I've actually set my robot method to index here and the mass segment to 320, but usually I use 320, but I know that basically should be one range system, but I'm going to leave it there. So move back to here. Under basic SEO, you have you're using your focus keyword in the SEO title. Already showed you that. Free WordPress theme for e-commerce. Focus keyword used inside meta description. That's the one I just showed you now. Focus keyword used in meta description, which is here. This free WordPress theme for e-commerce. So that's some there. Then the next one says focus keyword using URL. Also the same. I showed you that. Focus keyword appears in the first 10% of the content. Here, free WordPress theme for e-commerce. Here you have focus keyword found in the content. So when you scroll down, uh, this free WordPress theme here. So when you scroll down, you still see it being used in the content. It's also used here in the header here, on the header here. So let's take a look. So this is a free WordPress theme for e-commerce. It's also spread evenly within the post content. The content length is 2,241 words long, so that's a good job. So as I said, basically I keep it within between 600 to 3,000 um, words. So focus keyword also found in the subheading. So when you scroll up, there's a subheading here, so it's shown here. So focus keyword is between is 1.87. So the focus keyword and combination appears for the total. Now keyword focus keywords and combination. Now these are the combination here. This is the focus keyword, which is free WordPress theme for e-commerce. But you also have the synonyms, which is WordPress theme for e-commerce, WordPress theme for e-commerce website, WordPress theme, then e-commerce. So these are the combinations. So um within the post, they all appear for the two times, not just the focus keyword. Please let's take note of that, but focus keyword and the other four combination, making it five phrases. So I have already linked to an external resource here, and also external resource with the do follow is found in my content too. So make sure if you write good content, people will find your post, and once they find a blog post, they will actually send you a message to link to your content. So just make sure that you're writing great posts. It's not just about writing posts and posting it. Make sure you're writing a great post, a post that's actually going to be put out there to solve a particular problem for someone. So that's the kind of post you want to be writing. So you're linking to other resources on your website. Yes, I'm actually this internal linking. I'm linking back to some of the relevant posts I've written in the past that is also relevant to this particular post. So I've not used this focus keyword before, which is great. Now, under title readability, this is still under Rank Math focus keyword used at the beginning of the SEO title. Now, if you scroll back to my SEO title, which is here, so you can see that it's used here. So again, the focus keyword is free WordPress theme for e-commerce. So you can see it here, free WordPress theme for e-commerce is used at the beginning of the SEO title. The title has a positive or negative sentiment. Now, the word best is actually positive sentiment. It also use a power word, which is a free. So use power word, which is free. So um, it's using a number, which is 2021. Also, so let's take a look at the content readability. So I'm using the table of content. Yes, that's one thing I love using in my posts, especially when they exceed from 1,000 upward. I will usually use a table of content so that to provide easy navigation for the readers. So you can go ahead and also insert table of content plugin to this. So um, I make sure that my posts are actually broken into smaller paragraphs. As you've seen, once you observe, you see that they're actually broken into smaller paragraph for easy reading. So you're using short paragraph. That's a score for you there. Now your content contains images or videos. So um, I have lots of images here. Now one thing is this. I make sure that all the images I use actually have um, an alt text, and also make sure that one of the images also have the focus keyword in it. You can see this first image and it has the free WordPress theme for e-commerce. So um, it's having the focus keyword. So that's one thing you also want to make sure you do. Now this video, so I also inserted a video. Now this to actually explain more of the post content, and also I know that some people actually prefer watching video and listening to audio rather than reading a lengthy post. So these visitors glue to your page and they stay for a lengthy time, and this it will actually give you um, a good ranking sign Google, which means people actually love your site. That's why they stay longer on it. So all my blog posts, I make sure they have an alt text on it. alternative text, all of them actually. So if I'm missing one out, I need to actually include it. So here you have the focus, photo, posting. Now, one thing is you should make sure that all your alternative tests actually conform to what is actually shown on your image. So don't write a different thing. Don't write a different thing. Make sure it's something that actually conforms to it. So the next thing I want to do is check the headline analyzer. So I'm going to click on it. So here, so to analyze my header. So it says power is 11%, sentiment. Your headline has a positive sentiment. Headline. So adding the list and how to more get more engagement on average than other types of headlines. So you can see it 49 good here. So what count here is also good. So it now shows me a preview of what is going to show up on Google. So that's that for the headline. So the next thing I want to do now is let's go back to the rank math. Now for the header, you have H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. For me, I actually prefer using the H1 ones, basically for the header. Um, basically for the header, then you can see this in H2. So others start from H2. Then I want to use the H2 just once. There's no rules attached to it. That's just the way I want to do it. So then H3, I can have more than three H3, more than one H3, more than one H4, more than one H5. Usually, I don't have more than two H6 in my blog content. So basically, this is how I actually optimize my blog post before I post it online. And as I've said, I usually want to score above 80. My main focus is usually the Rank Math SEO plugin. I usually want to score above 18 and make sure that this is actually showing green, and my focus keyword is also showing this green. If I can get all of these to the synonyms keywords to show green, then good for me. If only few of them is also okay. So that's it for now. So that's the end of our video tutorial. Now, if you have any comments about this tutorial, if you have any question, please let's hear it in the comment section. And also, if you're new to this channel, please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Also, please hit the like button and hit the share button too to share among your acquaintances, because I know very well that someone out there is actually in need of the information contained in this video. So do not forget to hit the notification button too, so that you can actually be aware whenever we release new tutorial videos. Thank you for staying tuned.